With Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, we've had a much-needed hit of hilarity. Here are some of our favourite funny games to play on PC.
Allow me to don my dictionary hat for just a moment. Yes, I have a dictionary hat. Games, by their very definition, are an activity that one engages in for amusement or fun. And while video games have evolved gloriously into multifaceted entertainment experiences, sometimes it's important to highlight the ones that make us genuinely happy. The ones that make us belly laugh at their absurdity and rejoice in the fact that we can share some of those moments with all of our friends. And speaking of friends, we'll be exactly that with you if you go ahead right now and hit that subscribe button. I mean, you'd sort of feel guilty now if you didn't, wouldn't you? Which is maybe the point. Anyway, here are some of the funniest games you can play on PC right now.
Sure, game shows where people answer questions are fine. But we all know the best ones force contestants to wear absurd suits and then perform extreme physical tasks for prizes and instant ridicule. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is this very conceit crossed with the madness of Battle Royale without any of that pesky gas or moving circles. Instead, it's you versus dozens of other decorated jelly beans on legs trying to earn your way through a series of rounds before pursuing the ultimate digital pat on the back as the last one standing. This pursuit of a crown is very big, very stupid, and utterly, desperately compelling. Everyone will find their own favourite round here. Perhaps it's scuttling up a hell mountain while being pelted with enormous fruit, or maybe it's throwing your squishy hero into walls and hoping they collapse to reveal a door. Gaming joy doesn't come in purer hits than this. Literally.
Continuing the theme of Sweet Shop Royal Rumble, we're moving from jelly beans to jelly babies. If we're talking about bright, irreverent, competitive multiplayer games, and we are, just look at the screen, it's impossible to ignore Gang Beasts. It's like the cuddly grandparent of physics-based fighting games, albeit one who'd sooner suplex you off a moving elevator than squeeze your cheeks and talk about how much better things used to be before electricity. Gang Beasts is so much fun because you know exactly what you want and need to do. Grab enemy, chuck enemy, win, but your useless, wobbly body and carefree limbs mean that things never go as planned. 1 minute you're barreling towards victory with your enemy held aloft, the next you're clinging to the edge of a building, facing oblivion, wondering how your life ever went so wrong. And the fact that no two fights ever play out the same way means you'll hold on to playing Gang Beasts like a wrestler grappling with a superhero. If that is actually what's happening here, it's sort of hard to tell. Oh look, here comes the next entry.
From the short infomercials shown on a loop in your crashed spaceship, I think I'll skip those, thanks. To the delightful slapstick comedy of prodding gooey enemies right in their one eyeball. Journey to the Savage Planet is a consistently smart comedy adventure. As an employee of the fourth best interstellar exploration company, you must destroy near enough everything you see in order to create resources and work out how to actually escape the colourful but deadly planet you've arrived on. The frankly delectable runtime means you'll happily eat your way through in a few sittings. But the tone is what matters here. Screaming dinosaurs and kicking perfectly round foes into the mouths of hungry plants means that you'll never stray far from a moment of genuine hilarity that pleasantly never feels forced. Oh, go on. One more time. Excuse you.
I'm going to start this one with a confession. Despite it being brilliant and Moorish and constantly surprising, I hate Stick Fight. Why? Because Louise always wins at Stick Fight. And not only does Louise win, but it even features a whole level with giant blocky letters detailing all of her triumphs. And worse still, even after I've been presented with the reasons why I should stop playing and try something else, I just can't, because by the time you've even given it a second thought, you're 6 more levels into Stick Fight, and the point when you should have stepped away has long since passed. It's like opening a selection box that includes everything from your favourite candy to a handful of red-hot nails. Every level is a potential death trap. Standing still can get you killed, and weapons that look like they'll turn the game in your favour end up unleashing snakes that come back to devour you. Unless you're Louise, of course, in which case everything just works out fine. No, I'm not bitter, you're bitter. Let's have the next entry.
Of course, the brains who brought you the original theme hospital are here to make you laugh again in the 21st century. 2 Point Hospital, the spiritual successor to our favourite PC Health 'em Up, has its heart and funny bone respectively in the right places. Whether you're chuckling at the sheer chaos of your hospital as the corridors swim with ghosts, clowns and presumably ghost clowns, or just the ailment puns, 2 Point Studios' medical sim is constantly funnier than we'll ever be. And while lightheadedness, chest infections, and the desperate need for psychologists to remove mock stars from your hospital are enough to turn your frown upside down, the management side of things requires serious work. Earning 3 stars in each hospital is no mean feat, and juggling staff requirements and building new rooms is a constant challenge. Any cures for I need alone-itis? Anyone?
Staff are reminded to get back to work.
As PC players, we have a solid understanding of what makes an engaging strategy game. Realistic physics, era-appropriate weaponry, and refined, thoughtful motivations behind every conflict. We're the sort of people who'll consider writing a haughty Reddit post when developers get their heraldry wrong. And then totally accurate Battle Simulator trundles up with its wheelbarrows and bone wizards and scarecrows and catapults and upends everything we thought we knew about fighting. Because as wonderful as it obviously is to nail a perfect pincer movement in an RTS, even that can't compare to the majesty of a woolly mammoth laying waste to peasants dressed as hay bales. And more than that, Tabs, as it's affectionately known, is about more than just spectacle. It also works as a sort of physics-friendly puzzle game with a campaign that teaches you how units work and challenges you to think strategically about placement. And once that's done, you can get to the important business of seeing how many Vikings your PC can render before it starts to cry. Okay, that many. Cool.
Wait, please don't skip this entry because it's a golf game. Even if you think the birdie-obsessed sport is a waste of a perfectly good walk, What the Golf is actually the perfect game for you. Yes, you're hitting something towards a flag in a hole, but that's where the similarities end, and What the Golf reveals itself as a glorious and innovative, not to mention hilarious, adventure. Like firing hard-earned pocket money into an arcade machine, the one more go appeal is strong here, as you flip from firing the golf club itself to controlling an actual side-scrolling Mario-style platformer. What the Golf joyously plays with your expectations, constantly switching direction and rewriting its own rules with possessed flagpoles and an absolute disregard for your bedtime. If you need a game to cheer you up, What the Golf will absolutely put a smile on your face. Get it? Put? Oh, never mind. I'm wasted here. So that's our ode to the joys of Fall Guys and other games that make us laugh out loud. Let us know your funniest games in the comments below, drop us a like if you cracked a smile at least one of those puns, and hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Oh, and if you hit the notification bell like a Fall Guy being struck by a spinning object, you'll find out exactly when our next video lands.